We're here at Conwell Egan Catholic High School getting ready as Cardinal O'Hara takes on your Conwell Egan Eagles. I'm Dan Connor, joined by Jaden Myers and Tucker Cook. This is a game with PCL competition, and at the end of the day today, one of them will lose their undefeated streak in the conference. Conwell Egan comes in overall 3-2. They are 2-0 in their conference. Cardinal O'Hara comes into today 2-2, 2-0 in their conference. So, guys, what does Conwell Egan need to do today in order to make sure that they secure the win and stay undefeated in competition play?
Make sure not to get any errors outside in the field and get in the batter's box. Make sure to hit the ball and have a good eye and only swing it what you got to swing it.
Yeah, just touching on what Jaden Meyer said, I think if we get in the box with good presence, good plate vision, and just put bat to ball, it should be a pretty easy game for Conwell League and Catholic.
All right, we see Conwell Egan coming into today, batting just a 185 on the season. They're struggling a little bit with the bats. Their leadoff hitter this afternoon will be Jose Ortiz, and Ortiz right now batting just a .67 or .067 on the season right now, and it is going to be key for him to get something started. In between innings, we will play a couple segments from your Faces of CEC podcast as we continue to update various things throughout our network, and as we have new equipment here today that we'll be using for the first time here at baseball. We'll take a quick break here in your Eagle Eye Network. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups and your first pitch.
So we know about your broadcasting, your baseball coaching, your teaching, a lot of involvement here. So what strategies do you use to get your students involved in math? Like maybe if they're like obviously not involved with math a lot, like what do you do to get them involved? Like what's your strategy?
And I think for me, it's just kind of be yourself. Try to get kids involved. Try to do anything different. You have to understand that not every kid likes math. So if you can make math interesting, they want to be in a classroom. Where if it's not that interesting, unfortunately, kids aren't going to respond. So my goal is, joke around with you a little bit in class, have a little bit of fun, and from there, you guys seem to be interested. And other than that, just try to be who I am, really.
I think being yourself is very important. As we know in like broadcasting, that's always your first thing that you say to us before we start a broadcast. Like, don't try and change yourself, don't try and do anything different, just be yourself, and it'll come out the way it is.
Right.
I think that's the best way to do it. Eli, you're up.
You got any sixes?
Looking at my cards.
Just a little bit. King got any eights?
Not good fish. Alright. Eli, you got a good amount of cards there. Hoping you got a 4?
No.
Whoa. No 4.
Any nines?
Do not fish. You talked about your experiences in the classroom, being yourself and everything. What do you think your best experience in the classroom was throughout all your years of teaching?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, each year brings something different. Each place brings something different, especially in high school. We do first period, not necessarily going to do second. As far as my greatest experience, I worked in a rough neighborhood, and I remember something that the kids said to me the first day of school was they were pretty much going to grow up to be nobodies. They grew up in a rough neighborhood, and they were going to get kind of stuck there. And sitting down having a conversation with them and saying, look, not how this works. You get yourself out of whatever situation you're in by having a positive attitude. And we went from having kids that were afraid to kind of do anything in life, thought that they were going to be stuck in a rut, to kids that now just enter college, getting ready to become doctors. And
All right, back here on the Eagle Eye Network, here's the starting lineup for Cardinal O'Hara. Batting first and at shortstop is Brendan Till. Second at second base is Jack Coleman. Third and in center is Jack Quinn. Fourth in your EH this afternoon is Jake Steigerwald. Fifth and at first base is Jason Corey. Sixth at left field, Sean Vaughn. Seventh at third base, Sean McGavery. Eighth and catching is Thomas Flynn, and the ninth in right field is John Weld. On the mound to begin this game is Forster for Conwell Egan this afternoon. He has earned run average of a 389 and 9 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 6 walks, and he's allowed 6 hits so far this season. Just about ready to get this game underway. It will be a righty against lefty combination to start the ball game. Wind up in the first pitch. Here's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. We coming into this afternoon 3-2 in the season, 2-0 in their conference. The 0-1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Forster cranks and fires the 1-1 home. Swung on the miss there. Late swing moves the count to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes just underway here at Conwell Egan. 1-2 delivery. There's a strike 3 called at the knees, so we begin this one with the first out. So 1 gone, and that will bring along the second baseman, Jack Coleman. Here's the first pitch to the right-hander is outside and low. It's 1-0. Coleman 273 this season. He has 3 hits so far, 2 RBIs for him. Here's the windup, that 1-0 pitch. High and in, 2-0 now. 2 balls and no strikes. Forster likes to move fast on the mound as we see the 2-0. Swung on a miss as a half swing. Wasn't sure if he was going to fully commit. 2 balls and a strike now. Your defensive alignment for Conwell Egan is Kalita behind the plate. McLean at first, McGovern at second, Johnson at shortstop, Waldron in third, Ortiz in left, Guzzi in center, and Landau in right field. So 2-2 count here as that one's outside and it's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Everybody's in their normal depth. Here's the delivery. That one fouled back to the cage. Count remains 3-2. Time called as we didn't have the batter back into the box after retrieving the foul ball. Ranks and fires a 3-2 home, and that's going to be ball 4 inside. So it'll be the first base runner this afternoon. So Coleman over there, and here comes Quinn. Quinn been at 357 so far this season. First pitch to him is down the right field side and out of play. It's 0-1. One strike offering. It's in there at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes now. Time called by the batter. Coleman not with a huge lead over there at first. Forster checks on him. Comes set. He'll throw over. He's back. Thirteen pitches for Forster so far in the inning. Here's the pitch. It's foul. Count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Just underway here at Conwell Egan. Quick sets, Forster. Fires a pitch home. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, 2 gone. So, guys, we see a couple of strikeouts here in the first inning. What's Forster doing well out there on the mound?
He's picking the right spots in the batter or in the strike zone, and I feel like if he keeps us up, we should have a good game here.
I think Forrester needs to keep his pace. I think he's keeping the batters on their toes and doing a good job at it. Quickly charging up his pitches and keeping the batters on their feet in the box.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping the batters on their feet. He's able to mix those pitches in relatively well. And he has himself a couple of strikeouts. And here's Walt to the plate now. He takes the first pitch. It's outside. It's 1-0. Walt been at 250 this season, 3 RBIs to his credit. He has a 455 on base percentage. There goes the runner. And it's dropped behind or it gets by Kalita there back behind the plate. So the runner is able to move up to second. 2 balls, no strikes now. A runner in scoring position for Cardinal O'Hara. Forster comes set, cranks and fires the pitch home. It's a breaking ball that's going to miss high, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes to count. 2 gone here. First batter, Forster is falling behind 3-0 this afternoon. Glance at second pitch. Just missing outside ball 4. So runners at first and second now with 2 gone. So here's Schriebert now. This is the first game for him this season as he fouls this one away. It is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 gone here. Runner in scoring position. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball sailing down and away. Count moves and no balls and 2 strikes. Forster has his signs, fires the 0-2 home, and strike 3 right down the middle. So, Cardinal O'Hara will strain 2 as we head to the bottom of the first here at Conwell Egan.
Lawyers and whatever else they decide to do, but there are kids that I still hear from. And it's nice because they went from being that kid that thought that they weren't going to grow up to be anything to now hearing from them now and all the successes that they've had in just a short amount of time. So I think that's definitely for me one of those positive experiences I've seen so far.
That's great. I love that. Is it me or is it
My turn.
All right.
Just look up our cards. Give us those.
You got the tubes?
I'm not good.
Should give her being a cheater.
Yeah, easy cheater. All right. We're gonna go to Doc. You got any force?
No. Plays on our cards though.
So Doc, as we went here, you put us into this club from just your math class. How did you get into broadcasting? How did you get into it? And what did you enjoy most about it?
So growing up, God listen, I had a chance to listen to some of the best. Merrill Reese, who's still broadcasting the Eagles on the radio. You got to
All right, we're back here in your Eagle Eye Network. Here's the starting lineup for your Conwell Egan Eagles. Batting first in left field is Ortiz. Second in center is Guzzi. Third in at shortstop is Johnson. Fourth in catching today is Kalita. Fifth in right field is Landau. Sixth in at third is Waldron. Seventh at first base is McLean. Eighth and designated hitting is Osterberry. and ninth, and at second is McGovern. So they will face Cardinal O'Hara's um, Adam Schreiber this afternoon. This will be the first matchup between him and Egan. He has an 808 earned run average this season, and he's going to face Jose Ortiz. Ortiz betting a .067 thus far this season, and as we talked about earlier, it is key for Conwell Egan to get ahead with the bats and get ahead early. He squares, pulls away. It's going to be a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Ortiz touches his helmet, steps back into the box. Here's the windup and 0-1 to him. Swung on and missed there. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes now. Ortiz with 1 hit, 2 RBIs though with that hit. And a 2-strike offering. Swung on and missed out. Number 1. So 1 gone here for Conwell Egan. And that will bring along now Brady Guzzi. So Guzzi with the best average on the teams this season with a .500. He has 7 hits with 3 RBIs and an on-base percentage of .650. So we saw Ortiz didn't get it done there. What does Guzzi need to do to build a little bit of momentum here for Egan?
I think it's really important for Guzzi to step in the box level-headed and just take good swings at the ball. Don't chase pitches and continue what he's been doing all year, and I think it'll set off a good tone for the first inning for the Eagles.
Yeah, and for the next at bat for Ortiz, you just gotta not think about what just happened, and just act like it's a whole new at bat, and just forget about everything that just happened.
1 called on the outside corner there. It looked to be off the play, but it's no balls and 2 strikes. And you have to put those previous at bats behind you. If things aren't going your way, just pick up and start over again and try to get something started. And whether that's a 1-out rally, 2-out rally, to get your team moving here. As we have time called at the plate here by Guzzi. He's down 0-2 with 1 out. Conwell Egan as a team batting a .185 this season. They ended last year with a .297. Scoring 93 runs during that time and just 24 so far this year. 0-2 outside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. One, two. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So back-to-back strikeouts here for Conwell Egan. That'll bring along now Keegan Johnson. Johnson batting a .118 this season. 2 hits for him, 2 RBIs. An base percentage of .211. Be the first right-hander that Cardinal O'Hara will face this afternoon. The windup and pitch. It's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. Setting up inside, but it sails outside, so 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 gone here. The delivery fell back to the screen. It's 1-2. Lead on deck for Conwell Egan. Cranks and fires the 1-2 home. Foul just past the first base dugout and out of play. One-two delivery. The high fly ball under center field. He's a few steps to his left. Under it, makes the grab. So 1, 2, 3 go to Eagles in their bottom half of the first. We go to the top of the second. We're still scoreless.
Nobody does. Doc Emmer for hockey, right? It's a lot different now where you got all these streaming services, but back then it was your cable service and only cable. Well, cable was like $300 a month when they grew up with cable, so Doc would call the games on the weekend. And that's how you kind of got into hockey. By hearing his voice, Harry Callis for the Phillies, who was absolutely great. You turned the game on, and it didn't matter when it was, what time of day it was, you were glued to the TV for the next 3 to 4 hours. And you didn't move. So hearing all of those broadcasters, I was like, that sounds like a big job. I think I could do that. And so let me give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Reached out, just kind of want to win with different schools. Do you ever broadcast that up? If not, can I do it? And they said, sure, why not? I got my start at Father Judge. I started broadcasting some games there. That led into me going down to University of Sciences. I broadcasted baseball down there. There was a D2 baseball team. Eventually doing a little bit of work under Andrew Adino with the Thunder. I worked for the National Lacrosse League, not in a broadcasting role, but when you guys watch the game on TV, how they clip real quick so they can show that replay, that was me. I was sitting there, I was clipping games. And there was kind of like this dry spell. I really didn't know what I was going to do, and then broadcast games that often, and was kind of okay with it. But then got back into it. Friends, kind of threw my resume out there and said, look, why don't you go do this? So I did. Started calling games for Holy Family Baseball. Got back into calling some high school sports again. And for me, it's kind of just been this big, I don't know, 180. I had an opportunity to go out to Texas to call minor league hockey about 3 years ago. And by that point in time, I was into teaching. And because of that,
First pitch, grounded to right side there. He's running down the line, and he's going to be safe at first. So it'll be the first base runner here this afternoon. So back over, he's safe there. All right, so we see a couple base runners here for Cardinal O'Hara now. How do they continue to try to get into Conwell Egan's head and take the early lead?
They could just keep hitting how they were hitting. I mean, they've been getting on base. Like last inning, they had a guy on second in scoring position and then a guy on first, and they just couldn't finish it. But I think Chase got it, and he could stay on lock.
I agree with what Jaden said. I think Chase just has to do a good job of keeping his composure on the mound and not letting the base path traffic get to him and not letting runners on base get to his head.
A little looper there in the right field and then caught going to second there. So 1 out here in the top half of the second. And a runner on first. He'll reach on a fielder's choice. And stepping to the plate now is Till. Final the first pitch, then ground ball right back to the pitcher, goes to second for 1 to first, double play. So Conwell Egan able to get themselves out of a jam. We're headed to the bottom of the second here. It's still a scoreless ball game.
I said no. I stayed to be a teacher, and I had the opportunity to be out there, which probably would have been my dream job, calling NHL somewhere, but I didn't do it. I think for me, I definitely enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't agree to do this call. I wouldn't agree to have you guys out there, but I don't know. I think it's different for me now, where I'm not just calling a game anymore. I'm teaching you guys how to do it. And I think I enjoy that aspect of things a little bit more. Because I get to watch you grow, right? We started this, a month and a half ago, and we already have you two on play-by-play. That is not what I thought was going to happen in a month. To be honest, I didn't think it was going to take off that well. But now having you guys ready to go, and seeing the growth that you made so far, it's just enjoyable. I still get the call a little bit, like it's slowly handed over to you guys. And for me, I don't know, it's different. It's a lot of fun, and kind of my story, nothing interesting. I had, able to meet interesting people along the way, but just kind of being in the right place at the right time.
And obviously you're gonna face some challenges. You're gonna face some like roadblocks in the way. What do you think one of your biggest challenges while broadcasting was, and how did you overcome it?
Definitely think calling baseball by yourself. So baseball is definitely a two-man crew. You want to feed off your commentator. You want to have that conversational piece, and not being able to have that. So if you listen to hockey, you listen to Doc Emmer, Doc will just tell random stories. But they're random stories that relate. Talking about, this day 20 years ago, this happened.
Back here it is, the bottom of the second inning. 2 hits for Cardinal O'Hara thus far. Conwell Egan still looking for their first. Leading off here for Conwell Egan is Kalita. Schreiber's on the mound for Cardinal O'Hara. The first pitch is looped into right field. The right fielder took a step back and wasn't real sure where it goes. That one falls in, and there is a leadoff single for Conwell Egan. That'll bring along now Connor Landau. Landau with a .077 average this season, 1 hit for his credit. He has an on-base percentage of a .333 and has a stolen base thus far. Glance at first. Now the pitch home is a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Throw back and back diving there. No balls, 1 strike to count. Here's a 1 strike offering. It's a breaking ball that crosses the letters. It's 0-2. Cranks and fires 0-2 home. It's a bouncer right back to the pitcher. It's a slow roller. He throws it to second for 1 and doesn't have a chance at first. So we will see Landau reach on a fielder's choice, and that will bring along Nick Waldron. Waldron alone, a freshman here on this varsity Conwell Egan team. He's batting a 111 this season, 1 hit, no RBIs to his credit, on base percentage of a .273. Left-handed batter now. 1 gone. Everybody's set. Here's the windup and a pitch home. It's a strike on the outside corner. There goes the runner. The throw down the second is not in time as he slid under the tag, and he's safe at second. So 0-1 here at home. It was a late start, but able to get under the tag out there. A little bit of resistance from the players, but the umpire saying play on. So it's no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner in scoring position for Conwell Egan, and it's going to be imperative that they get him home. Coming set on the mound there is Schreiber. Wind up the pitch. Swung on and missed at a ball that was outside. It's 0-2. Waldron looking to get his first RBI of the year. It's at second now. Setting up on the outside corner there is Flynn as that ball sails outside. It is 1-2. Flynn behind the plate. Corey at first. Coleman at second. Till over there at shortstop. McGillivray at third. Vaughn in left. Quinn in center. And Weld over in right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. A decent lead out there at second base. Here's the 1-2 home. Outside, trying to get on the chase again. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 22 kick. Outside, so he works that one back to full. So Waldron able to work a full count here, have Schreiber throw a lot of pitches, 21 thus far in the game. There's a chilly day for baseball as he's out there warming up his hands. He comes set though, cranks and fires the full count pitch, and it's fouled down the third base side and now the play. Count remains 3-2. Three balls, two strikes, one gone. McLean on deck. He has himself an on-base percentage of .467 this season. Another 3-2 home. Outside ball four, so runners at first and second, but there goes the runner to third as the ball got past him, so we have runners at the corners now with one gone. Here's McLean now, 200 for the season, 2 hits, 1 RBI, on-base percentage of .467. If you're Conwell Egan's coach, what are you looking for him to do right now?
We're looking for him to drive a runner home because this is our first opportunity with runners in scoring position. So we're really just looking for a good solid at bat here and good swings on the ball.
And if he gets a hit here, I mean, the bats are hot, so after he gets a hit, and then he just keeps running up, and then that's how we get the win.
Yeah, those early runs do mean a lot, and the more that you leave runners stranded on base, it appears to come back to haunt you later in the game. He does have himself 1 RBI so far this season, looking for another. Here's the windup of the first pitch, though. It is way off the plate, 1 ball and no strikes, and you have to wonder if that runner at first is going to try to go at some point here. Time called here as the catcher picks something up from Coach Manto down at third, and he'll go over his signs again and send something different over there to first. It is Waldron at first, Landell at third, and McLean at bat. Here's the pitch. All in the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-1. One delivery. Just missing high. It's 2-1. Catcher looking for that call, pausing the ball there momentarily. But eventually sends it back out to the pitcher. 2 balls and a strike now. One kick. Ground ball to the shortstop that should get a runner home. Flips it to second for 1 to first and got slow going out of the box. And that is going to force Conwell Egan to strand 2. So we're going to head to the top of the third inning. It is still scoreless here at Conwell Egan High School.
Or there was an organist who was out because he had quadruple bypass surgery and threw that into the broadcast at the right time. So I kind of looked at that and I said, well, by myself in baseball, I need to start adding stories like that. We didn't have ChatGPT, all that stuff where I could type in and it'll pop up and give me all the stories. I actually had to sit there and do research. I bought 5 or 7 books and sitting there with highlighters. I got, okay, talk about this here, here, and here. So it's just finding like different stories generally about the sport, but then also going and researching a little bit from the school too.
All right.
Mine?
Yeah.
Keen, you got any 7s?
7s, go fish. Doc, got any jacks?
I don't have any jacks. I would go fish. Keen, or Eli, any kings? That's fun. Eli, 39s.
That's deep.
That's deep.
So it ends that quick.
I think
I forgot that it ended that
I
quick.
gave myself too many cards.
I think you did.
I think you did.
All right, Mr. Connor. So we know as we're in the club, obviously, we're always with you when we're preparing for a game, as in like.
All right, we got a righty up to hit. We got Flynn here. Still Forrester pitching. Foul tip. Forrester with 27 pitches on the day so far. We got a liner up the middle. Brady Guzzi with the recovery. And now Flynn at first. All right, now we got Wheeled up to bat, lefty. To the second baseman, looking for the double play. Out at second, safe at home. Or at first, I meant. All right, now we got another righty up against Forrester. Looking at an 0-0 count here. Time by the batter. He goes back to first, slides in.
And we see a pair of throwers here now by Forster, and looking probably to get a little bit of communication going. Couple throwovers slows things down, allows you to keep a close eye on a runner, but also allows you to get in a better communication here.
And he just got a steal and then overthrown to the center fielder. And we got one at second for now. Shows off the steal. We got a 30 pitch count for Forrester and 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball low for the strike. Forrester getting the call. Looking at second. Pitch. Low with another breaking ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Looking at second again. The pitch. Breaking ball, strike. 2-2 count. Strike 3. Another out for Forrester.
That one looked a little low there, but Conwell Egan will take the call as we see the second out with them still threatening down there at second.
We got another righty at bat here. Trying to get him out at second. Safe. We got 2 outs this inning. And there's another strike. 0-1 count for Forrester. said he went on the check. That's another strike. 0-2 count. Time by the batter. Looks like the guy on second trying to get a little movement there, but Forster's always got an eye on him. 0-2 count. Foul tip. Runner tried to steal. 0-2 count, 2 outs. 37 pitches so far for Forster. Looking back at second, the pitch. Ball outside. The runner on second still looking for a steal. The pitch. Swung and a miss. And that's the end of the inning.
Really good job there by Forrester to keep calm with the runner on second, keep a close eye on him, and finish out that inning strong.
If it's a home game or if it's the one at Ryan that we went to talk about Lily Maluski, you know, what's going through your head, and what's it like preparing before a game? Like what? Tell us about that.
So I think I talk a lot right now, a lot of preparing on myself. Right? I mean, it's you guys to do a whole lot, and that's to get you used to being able to call a game. Well, preparing to looking at different articles throughout the week. What can you find about the team? What can you find about the upcoming matchup? What has happened previously? For me, and there's a lot of people out there that I realize, and we talked to my friend today on Giordino, and he told you guys, like, look, you don't have to know everything about the sport. There's going to be people that are listening, there's going to be kids out there, or color commentators out there that are going to know more than you do. You just got to call a game. I know little about baseball. All right. I sat there last time I played baseball for dummies sitting on my lap, and that's okay. So going into preparing for me is not so much trying to tell you guys what I know about baseball. I know nothing. But I want to tell you about the team. I want to set that story up.
Alright, so we're starting it off here. Bottom of the third, still scoreless game. We got a right-handed hitter here. Dean Osterberry. Pitch, high, inside. Fouled off.
This will be the first at bat for Dane here in this season, as he was just called up to varsity earlier this year, having spent his entire season last year down on JV.
1-1 count for Dane. Here, their pitcher has 29 pitches so far this game. Pitch coming. Strike for Dane Osterberry, 1-2 count. See if Dane can get it started here. The pitch. Looked inside, but called strike. Strikeout for their pitcher. And they got another righty batter. First pitch, high. Called for a ball, 1-0 count. McGovern up to bat right now as a righty. Another pitch came in for another ball. 2 balls, 0 strikes, 1 out. McGovern's got a .167 batting average. He's got 2 hits on the year, 3 RBIs, and his on base percentage is at the .333. So let's see if we can get a hit here, and then go to shortstop, and then safe at first for the base hit.
McGovern a decent hitter, but if you watch him closely when he's in the box, he moves his head quite often. And by moving his head, it doesn't allow you to see the ball the same all the time and forces what could be an easy hit back up the middle, a short ground ball to shortstop. He's able to beat it out, so he's able to get that infield hit, but he has to keep his head from moving so much.
All right, now we got a lefty here, top of the lineup. We got Ortiz, and he's stealing. Hit the shortstop and out at first. But we got the steal and came in at second.
Ortiz almost beats the throw at first, but good job advancing McGovern to second base, and we got Brady Guzzi up to bat here, stepping in the box.
Another lefty for this batter to face, or his pitcher to face. Brady Guzzi, he's batting a .500 average right now with 7 hits, 3 RBIs, and on base percentage of .65. And let's see if he can bring in the runner from second in scoring position to get them on the board. Looking at second. The pitch. Strike or swung. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. See if we can keep the inning going for Brady Guzzi here. After Brady Guzzi, we got Jackson Johnson coming in. See if he can keep the inning going. There's a single up in between shortstop and third base coming home. There you go. He's home, and a single and an RBI for Brady Guzzi.
Great job by Brady there, keeping his head in there and staying in the box and getting good contact on the ball. Able to drive one through third and shortstop. Able to bring McGovern home. Gives the Eagles a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the third.
All right, we got another righty coming in here. Looking at first at Brady. And there's a ball for the first pitch for Johnson. Johnson's got a .118 average, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .211. Another righty batter. Looking at first with the pitch. Low for another ball. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and 41 pitches for their pitcher so far tonight. A little short hit. See if he can get there. Right past the pitcher. That's an error for the shortstop. Missed the pickup. That's a good hit for Jackson Johnson there. And let's see if Kalata can get the next hit.
Tough play there. A short roller. Those are probably the toughest plays for a shortstop coming in. He tries to barehand that ball, can't get to it, and that allows runners to be at first and second now here with Kalita to the plate.
Another Another right-handed batter. And Kalita has a .294 average this season, 5 hits, 2 RBIs, and on-base percentage of .333. So we got Brady at second and Johnson at first. It's a ball. And 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. All time for the ump, cleaning off the plate here. So far, 1 for Conwell Egan and 0 for O'Hara so far. We got 4 hits, they got 3. Looking at second. The pitch. As a strike for Kaladi here. 2-1 count. See if he can bring in another runner with 1 in scoring position and 1 at first. The pitch. Strike for Kaladi. 2-2 count right now. My fault. Kalita is his name. We got a time by the catcher coming in to talk to him. Give him a nice little pep talk. What do you guys think the Conwell Egan can keep doing to keep this lead?
I think we just have to stay aware in the batter's box, and I think we just have to keep making good selections and not chase pitches outside the zone, and keeping pressure on the base path, and then pitcher's not really fully focused on delivering a good pitch at home, and that's what we're looking for.
Still up to bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next pitch, ball, 3-2 count. Still got Brady at scoring position at second and Johnson at first. And then we got Connor Lando up to bat next. Let's see if we can get him up to bat. Foul tip. Looked like we were trying to steal there, but the foul tip sends him back. Three 2 count. See if he can keep the inning alive. The pitch. They're stealing. Foul ball down the third base line. We got 49 pitchers for their pitchers so far this afternoon. And next we got Connor Lando batting at a .077 batting average, 1 hit, 0 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .333. And we got a hit down the third base line. Coming home is Brady Guzzi. Also coming home, Jackson Johnson, and that should be a double. Keegan Johnson.
A great hit there, able to hug that one down the third base line. You saw that's where he was going the first few times before that, fouling them off, trying to get the ball into that left side of the field. He was eventually able to do so, hugged it in between the bag and the line, and that allows Egan to take this 3-0 lead here in the third.
Looking good. Now we got Connor Lando in the box here. We got a righty. And we got one man on second for scoring position. Let's see if Connor Lando can get his first RBI of the season. First pitch. That's hit in the left field. Left fielder getting under it. He's under it, and that's the end of the inning.
We talked about Lewinsky's 1,000 point the other day, right? Set that up for you. What does that mean? When was the last time it was done? How important is it? And then as far as live performance itself is, I'm just sitting there going, don't mess up. And I think that's the big thing for me, and it kind of stresses me out a little bit because I'm more worried about being perfect than anything. But for me, it's like, don't mess up, man. Make sure you put your best foot forward. Key advice. And then you
Do we have 5?
Eli, only 2s.
for this. Doc, you got any sixes?
Eli. You got any nines? Doc, you got any threes? Okay. Eli got it. Got nines.
I don't want to be nice with this.
First nine.
Doc, with the broadcasting, baseball coaching, teaching. From broadcasting, as we know recently, have you acquired any skills from this broadcasting experience that you use in the teaching world before, or maybe in the coaching world?
Or vice versa. It could be anything from teaching or coaching that you use in broadcasting.
I don't know. I think again, that being yourself kind of thing, right? Hey, don't try to be someone that you're not. I mean, there's broadcasters that you're putting on the TV.
Back here, top of the fourth inning at Conwell Egan Catholic. Forrester winds up the pitch. Nice delivery down the middle, 1-0 count. Forrester with the delivery. Little up top. You see a pop out here. Connor Landale going back on it. Able to make the catch in deep right field.
And we see Connor Landau able to eventually get to that line on a weird route. It's why it's extremely important if you're an outfielder to take that first step back. A lot of high school kids will fight you on it. They want to come in right off the bat, but it's extremely important. That's why we see it all the time in Major League Baseball. First step back allows you to get a better route to the ball, and a simple out to right field is not going to look as close as it did.
And the first pitch to Corey is squared up and sent into left center field. Jose Ortiz with the ball, throwing it into second.
Nice job by Ortiz there to get to the ball fast, and that's what we're talking about. Run that route, get there, because now you limit that guy to a single. He doesn't get in the scoring position, and that doesn't allow Conwell Egan to be pressured here early in this one.
Forrester with the pitch. A little outside, 1-0 count. We see the runner taking a little lead at first base here. Forrester with a good pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count. Forrester checks on first. Winds up and delivers inside for ball 2. And number 27, Mac Gilvery, coming to the plate with a 375 batting average. He's got 3 hits and 0 RBIs on the season.
And we see Forster coming in today with a 384 or 389 rather earned run average, and back-to-back hits here. Cardinal O'Hara able to put a lot of wood on the ball right now, able to poke it to different areas in the field, and right now we have to watch that Forster. He's probably getting fatigued out there. Conwell Egan really may want to start thinking about getting somebody up and ready to go just in case this gets ugly.
And Forrester delivers the pitch low that goes between the catcher's legs, then advances both runners. Cardinal O'Hara now has 2 runners in scoring position on second and third. One 0 count. Forrester winds up, delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a strike. Make it a 1-1 count for Forrester, who's got 49 pitches on the day. Forrester delivers, and that is slightly outside for ball 2. What do you think's important here, Jaden, for Chase to keep these runners on the base path instead of letting them come home and score?
Just keep his head in the game. Don't worry about what happened beforehand, and just keep finding the right places to place the ball in the strike zone.
And that's a good pitch placed by Chase for strike 2. Chase delivers. Oh. They're saying he went on the check swing. Cardinal O'Hara dugout pretty clearly unhappy about that call.
It's a big advantage point for an umpire. When you're down at second base, it's normally that guy that you're going to go to at first. At least from behind home plate, it really didn't look like he went. But 2 outs for the Eagles, with runners at second and third now. And it's going to be good for them because, again, it takes that pressure off and you're going to pitch this batter a little bit differently.
Forrester delivers. Ball gets passed. And that will bring 1 runner home to score for Cardinal O'Hara.
You talked about earlier in the game about limiting those mistakes, limiting those errors. A pass ball like that has to be blocked. That allows a runner to score, another one to move up to third. They did get a strike on the call saying that he went, so it is an 0-1 count. But it is going to be a difficult decision if you're the pitcher right now on what you're going to throw. You got a runner 90 feet away from home plate, a batter that is decent there. And so you have to figure out how do you approach them without allowing any more mistakes to happen.
Flynn at the plate now, batting for Cardinal O'Hara with a 0-1 count. Forrester delivers right down the middle for strike 2. Forrester's got to keep his head in this one with a runner 90 feet away from home. He winds up. Oh.
That one was definitely closer to a strike than the check swing that he called earlier in the last at bat.
Forrester delivers and spikes one behind home plate, and here comes the other runner from third now to score for Cardinal O'Hara, making the score 3-2, Conwell Egan Eagles.
All right, coming into this game, we talked to a lot of different people, and they said one of the things that you did have to watch was those pass balls. We see the second pass ball by Kalita there. It is now a 3-2 game. Bases are empty now with 2 outs, but you allow Cardinal O'Hara to get right back into it, and if you're Egan, you need to kill the momentum early.
Full count now for Flynn at the plate. Time called by umpire. Back in the box steps Flynn, ready for this pitch. Chase winds and delivers. It's popped up. First baseman is calling it, and that's his ball. That'll end the inning for the Conwell Egan Eagles. We'll see you at the top of the 5th inning. 4th inning. My apologies. 4th inning.
You go, I know who this is, you meet them in real life, and they're not there. They're not, who they are on TV. So for me, it's just kind of being myself. But I definitely think some of the skills that I picked up on is that communication piece, right? To communicate with you guys. And it's not always easy, right? Especially with teenagers. All right, you guys think we're dumb, that we don't know what we're talking about, so we gotta get you to trust me a little bit. And when we first entered into this broadcasting thing, it was, you guys didn't trust me. I'm not gonna go, you're in this role, this role, this role. And he went, no, I'm not doing that. So definitely that trust piece, and we see where you came, because neither one of you, both of you said, I'm not doing play-by-play. And now you're the two kids that are up there doing the play-by-play for the JV games, and I don't have to do it. And that's the good piece about it. So that trust piece, taking that trust from the classroom up there, taking the communication from the classroom into the broadcasting world. And broadcasting, you're less serious. And why I wish I could show my full less serious side in the classroom, I can't, because I still got to develop that professional thing with you guys, with your parents, and with the school. But being able to take some of that fun that I have out there and bring it into the classroom. So, to be honest, if we didn't have fun in my class, you guys wouldn't have joined. And you guys wouldn't like me as much as you do. Right? It's because we had that fun in the classroom. So I think that communication piece, being yourself and having fun is definitely things that intertwine with both the broadcasting and teaching world.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I think if it wasn't as fun in the classroom, then why would I want to go join a club where I feel like it would be the same thing? So
Exactly.
I agree, 100%.
Sixes.
You like Adam Simmons?
And we're here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Our first batter for Conwell Egan, Nick Waldron, takes the first pitch high and outside for ball one. Looking for a good at bat out of Nick here. Pitcher spikes one off of the catcher's foot, and that goes all the way back to the backdrop, leaving Nick with a 2-0 count. Nick looking to get on base for his second time up today after walk in the second inning, I believe. Nick swings low for a strike, and that is a 2-1 count now for Nick Waldron.
And those are the pitches you have to lay off of, especially if you're going to allow Conwell, or Cardinal, rather, to climb back into this game. You got to lay off of those pitches. Swinging and helping them is only going to help their momentum here as they transition over into defense.
And the pitcher fires. Nick able to put bat to ball up to the third baseman. And that will be an out.
I threw there by the third baseman. It looked like he pulled him off the bag ever so slightly, but he was able just to get back to him before Waldron got there, beating him by less than a half a step. So you see right now, if you're Conwell Egan, that Cardinal O'Hara can make mistakes, and it's up to them right now to take advantage of those opportunities throughout this game.
McCain stepping into the box now for his second at bat today. The 200 batting average, 2 hits and 1 RBI on the season. Fires a pitch down the middle, swung at and missed for strike one.
And that's another one of those pitches again that you're helping with. Ball sailing down. You know you're not going to do anything with it. You have 3 strikes. You need to sit back and wait.
And McCain lets another one go by that is called for a strike, I believe, yes. 0-2 count for McCain. And McLean goes down looking on 3 consecutive pitches. Dane Osterberry up to bat now for Conwell Egan.
And if you're Dane and you're looking to get more at bats, more playing time this season, for the first time, you step foot onto the diamond, you really need to put something in play here. Get something started, get on base, allow your guys behind you to pick you up.
And Dane sees a fastball that he swings on and misses. Not a bad swing, though, by Dane. We're looking to see Dane put bat to ball here and put one in play. And the pitcher fires outside. Dane looks for a 1-1 count. Schreiber the pitch. Ball called, 2-1 count now. Schreiber with 62 pitches on the day already. And Dane able to foul one off just past home plate.
Your day, you need to sit back, watch something off speed here. Take your time. It's probably going to be over the plate. You need to wait on it. You wait on it, you're able to be able to put it in play and really drive it into the gap somewhere.
And the pitcher lines. Right down the middle. Dane goes down. That will end off the 4th inning. And your score 3-2 Conwell Egan Eagles.
It's me. Doggy on tens. Kian. Johnny Bots.
Go fish. Doc Johnny Nines.
For this. Eli Jesus.
All right, so being a baseball coach, I'm kind of interested. What really motivated you to be a baseball coach for Egan? You came in as a teacher, obviously. So and you came in not too long ago. You said 2 years ago.
2 years. That's my second year.
So it's second year, and you were a baseball coach. So what motivated you?
So think about it this way: if you woke up tomorrow and couldn't play the sport that you play every day, what would you think?
I don't know what to do.
All right, right? Okay. That happened. Okay, I played in college. I hurt my arm. I woke up the next day. I needed Tommy John surgery. That was the end of that. So I could go sit in a corner, feel bad for myself, and mope over it, or I could share the skills that I had with other people. And that's what I decided to do. So I decided I was going to go share those skills. I went and I coached elementary school, a little bit of Little League, and then
All right, we got a right-handed hitter up to bat here. We got Wade. He's batting a 1.43 average with 1 hit, 0 RBIs, and a 1.43 on base percentage. Still got Forrester in with 59 pitches and starting off with a 1 count. Swung on a pitch low, 0-2.
Talk, if you're the coach right now, how big a release are you going to give Forster after they were able to make a lot of contact against him last inning?
I'm definitely going to keep Forrester in the game, try to keep his confidence up because he doesn't look like he's getting too out of it yet. But I definitely would start warming someone up, at least having someone throw a couple pitches because I would assume by the end of this inning that if something goes south that we might need to pull in a new pitcher because Forrester's pitch count is kind of getting up there.
All right, we got a lefty up to bat here too, right after the strikeout from Forrester. Till has a 500 batting average with 7 hits, 4 RBIs, and a .562 on base percentage. And the count's looking 1-1 right now with 1 out. And Till is the reigning offensive player of the year. Pitch coming from Forrester. Breaking ball, little low from Forrester. 2-1.
And it seems like the umpire strike zone's a little bit all over these past couple innings. One that looked like a strike that probably should have called a strike was a ball. One that definitely wasn't a strike was called a strike, and it just seems to be all over just a bit right now.
Yep, 100% what he said. Right now we're looking at a 3-1 count with 1 out with the lefty too. And ripped down the first base line, but foul. Three-two count here. Pitch by Forrester. Ripped right past in between shortstop and third base for a single for 2. Now we have number 7, Coleman, up to bat as a righty for O'Hara. He has a .273 batting average, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a .385 on-base percentage so far this season. Now Forrester has a person to worry about on first base, worrying about the steal. Since his team likes to steal a lot, he's definitely going to be worried about that. Forrester looking over at first. Throws to first. Safe at first. 3-2 so far in this afternoon. Egan with the lead so far. See if they can get a run here. Back to first, safe. Forrester clearly worried about the steal since they've been doing it a lot so far this game. Looking over at first, pitch by Forrester. Ripped right over the second base's head. Brady dives for it, misses it, and that's a single for.
Unfortunate play there, unable to come up with it. Brady on the dive. Really thought he was going to get to that one, to be honest, but Egan calling timeout now, huddling over at the mound. Might be contemplating on pulling Chase or at least letting him know that someone's warming up.
Yeah, they got him coming in, talking to him, making sure he's all good, and we gotta be able to make sure to keep this lead in this afternoon because he's got 67 pitches. His pitches are getting up there, and it looks like he's staying in so far in this game. So we got Quinn coming up here, number 11 for O'Hara. .357 batting average, 5 hits, 5 RBIs, and a .357 on-base percentage. Let's see if Forrester can pick it up after that talk. Reading the O'Hara coach is Quinn. Now in the batter's box is a righty. Forrester looking at second. Pitch by Forrester. Close to hitting him. Way inside. Good dodge by Quinn there. 1-0 count. 68 pitches for Forrester so far. Guy in scoring position and a guy at first for O'Hara. Heater by Forrester for a strike on a 1-1 count. So Quinn's got 5 RBIs. They want him to get another one so they could tie up the game, make it a lot closer here this afternoon. Time by the batter. Back in this batter's box is Quinn. Forrester looking at second. Double checking second. Pitch by Forrester. Low, but good recovery by the catcher. We got 2-1 count, 1 out. Quinn's still up here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 70 pitch count so far. And they got Jacob Stout warming up in the batter's cage for Conwell Egan. Or bullpen, my fault. Might think about pulling Forrester soon. 2-2 count, 1 out. They both go. Pitch hit right up the middle. Hit Forrester's foot and safe at first. Overthrown. 1 home. And now we got a 3-3 game here in this afternoon.
really unfortunate for the Eagles defense there. We talked about all day trying to keep on our toes and keep away from the errors, but as the game continues, it just seems the defensive errors just keep piling up, and that's kind of been the story of the baseball game today. The defensive errors have really allowed Cardinal O'Hara to stay in this ball game.
And that's one of them that you just don't throw. Hits off your guy's foot, it bounces out to the left side, you get the ball. By that point in time, you already know he's more than halfway down the first base line. You have runners at second, it's going to go to third, that runner's going to go from first to second, and you just don't make the throw because that's what happens. Pass ball, overthrown at first base, allows it to be a tie game here at the top of the fifth. It's just like that. We're back to a brand new ball game with only 2 innings left to play.
All right, we got Steger Watt up to hit right now with a .250 batting average, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a .455 on base percentage. First pitch as a ball, no strikes. Still looking at 1 out. All right, Jake Stout warming up in the bullpen. What do you guys think that could come in and that he could do, and see if he could do good for us?
Yeah, no, he's a fireballer righty coming from Pennsbury, just transferred over last year. We seen him pitch against Lawrence, and he had a very good showing. Just looking to see what he does when he comes in here.
Yep, good talk by him there, and trying to steal from first. Now there's one at 2 and 3, 2 in scoring position for Steger Watt. See if he can get more RBIs for his stats so far this season. Pitch by Forrester. Strike right there for Steger Watt. 1 ball, 2 strikes so far.
Good delivery by Forrester there. Hopefully he can keep his head in it with runners in scoring position.
Pitch by Forrester. Ripped right over the third baseman's head. They got 2 coming home. Both safe. And that's a double and 2 RBIs for Steger Watt.
Kalita looking for a call. There's contact with me, but the rule is you can't block the plate. And Kalita standing right in front of the plate, standing into that line coming home, does not allow him to get the call, allows that run to score, and allows that player to get off to second.
All right, now we're probably thinking about putting in Jacob Stout for Chase Forrester. We got a 1-2 count. Wait, 0-0 count. Sorry. With 1 out, 76 pitches for Forrester. And we got a 5-3 game O'Hara with the lead. It's a ball as the first pitch comes in by Forrester. Got 1 man in scoring position, Steger Watt. Pitch by Forrester. Low and outside for Forrester. And the bat we got right now is Corey with a .417 batting average, 5 hits, 1 RBI, and a .385 on base percentage. See if he can capitalize on the lead here with a man in scoring position to add to that 1 RBI. We got 2-0 count here. Forrester looking at second with the pitch. Low for Forrester. We got 3-0 count.
Forrester really got to get his head in it. He's kind of starting to lose it. He's kind of starting to lose his momentum and his confidence that he's built up from the beginning of the game here.
Yeah, that's good talk there. After this, we got number 6, Vion. He's got a .200 batting average, 2 hits, 0 RBIs, and .385 on base percentage. And that's a walk for Chase Forrester. And at this time, I would really think about bringing in Jacob Stout since he's at a high pitch count and just bad time for Chase Forrester right now. All right, we got a lefty up right now, Vaughn. See if we can get his first RBI of the season. First pitch, good breaking ball right there for Forrester.
And we see the third baseman playing in on the grass here. Now, while you don't want to make assumptions, it shows that you have a little lack of confidence in your offense, and you have to limit the amount of runs that are going to come in here.
We got 0-2 count right now for Vaughn, with a man on second and on first. Ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. After this, we got McGilvery up after Vaughn. Ball low for Forrester. Blocked by the catcher. 2-2 count. 1 out. Pitch by Forrester. Fouled off. Coming right back at us. Sorry, that's a 2-2 count so far for Vaughn. Forrester looking at second with the pitch. Fouled off by Vaughn. Vaughn up here for a long at bat so far. Pitch by Forrester. Ball low. Stopped by the catcher, but still went pretty far right near the first base. And they just all advanced. So now we got 2 in scoring position on third and on second.
That's another one of those you have to find a way to keep that ball in front of you. Make sure it doesn't go far, though, because, again, it allows your runners to move up and puts more pressure back on your pitcher.
Another pitch by Forrester. That's a single in between the first and second baseman. Brings a runner home. Just one. Now we got a 6-3 game for O'Hara. What do you think we should start doing for Forrester now at this time?
We see Coach Manto coming out to the bump. I feel like we see Forrester giving up the ball here. We're going to be bringing in Jake Stout to pitch.
Whereas the head JV coach got me ready. For a year, had a lot of fun doing that. And then when I came here, the school asked, in the interview, do you want to be involved in things? And I said, yeah, why not? I didn't want to come here, teach, and go home every day. And they asked me, well, what are some things that you've done? And I said, I've coached baseball, I've done sports broadcasting, I've done a bunch of different things. There's actually a school's idea. So the school's idea is to send me over to be a baseball coach. But I think if it wasn't for that injury, if it wasn't for me getting hurt and not being able to play anymore, I wouldn't have done that. Because it's a lot, right? And especially coaching where you teach. I see you guys more than I see my family at this point. And that's great. You guys are fun to be around, but at the same time, you feel like you're neglecting your family a little bit when you want to get out there. But we do it for you. And we do it because we see you guys grow. And I know you two aren't on the baseball team, but any coach, right? You don't get paid a whole lot. And we're not in it for the money. We do it to see you grow. We do it to see you develop over time, and that's really why I got into coaching. Share my skills, see the kids grow, and to hope that they picked up something and are able to move along with it.
Mm-hmm. You got any force?
No.
King.
Okay.
What was that?
A 5.
Is that a queen?
No, not a 5.
TG, I got 6s.
All right, we got Jake Stout coming in here, taking out Forrester as he was clearly having some trouble up on the mound. Stout has a 0.00 ERA with 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, and 0 hits allowed so far. But he has a man on third and a man on first. All right, we got Mac Gilvery up right now with a .375 batting average, 3 hits, 0 RBIs, and a 500 on base percentage. See if he can get his first RBI for O'Hara this afternoon. 1-1 count, 1 out. Man on third and on second. That's a hit in between shortstop and third base. One coming home for a single. Ortiz throwing the ball in from left. Oh, and he's going that as a double with his first RBI of the season. How do you guys think about Jake Stout's first batter?
Overall, solid first batter face, but Conwell Egan's defense really needs to step it up because the errors are really writing their own story at this point.
I think the errors definitely are hurting them this afternoon, but I also think Stout needs to come in. Inheriting runners for any pitcher is difficult, but if you're Stout, just forget about it. Pitch your game. You were scoreless. This one looped in the left, and it's going to fall in between. So that now allows another run to score and a runner to advance. So we see, Stout now giving up 2 runs. It's the only 2 runs. They're not going to go against him. Besides now this guy at third. So the ERA still stays at 0 for now. But if you're Stout, you need to just get back in your game and get out of your head right now.
Yeah, like he said, Stout just got to forget about what just happened and just act every batter like a new batter. So now we got number 10 coming in here, Wade, with a .143 batting average, 1 hit, 0 RBIs, and a .143 on base percentage. Now we got a man on first and a man on third for O'Hara. We got a right-handed batter here. Oh, count, 1 out. Bringing in the infield, a call from Manto. Fouled off. Oh, never mind. Right to the first baseman. Caught. That's a out for the Conwell Egan. All right, now we got Till back up. He's got a 500 batting average, 7 hits, 4 RBIs, and a 5.62 on base percentage. Stout with 1 on third and 1 on first, 1 in scoring position. We got an 8-3 game here at Conwell Egan. Steele at second. From first to second, that's a player advanced.
Defense really has to stay on their toes here for the Eagles. With 2 outs, you could easily put away this inning. And we see an intentional walk here for number 13, Till, for Cardinal O'Hara, which leaves bases loaded now for Jake Stout.
Seems like that was a good play since he's the runner-up for Offensive Player of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year. Now we got bases loaded for number 7, Coleman, with a .273 batting average, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, .385 for on-base percentage. Let's see if Stout can hold up any runs from coming in with 0 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs with 8 pitches by Stout. Another strike there, 0-2 count. Since there's 2 in scoring position, Stout's really got to be, shouldn't really be worrying about the steal, because the only time they're really going to steal home is there's like a pass ball or times like that. Pitch by Stout. hit deep right center, caught by Brady Guzzi, and that's the end of the top of the 5th inning, and we got a 8-3 game for O'Hara with the lead.
Go for the fish. Ooh, I will. Got any jacks?
Sat on that side of the table, we wouldn't even see all my cards.
Trying to look.
I'm not cheaters. Like, it's my turn anyways. You gotta wait a second there. Sorry. Dirty Kings.
Do not get kings. Fish.
Doesn't matter.
King
Count
2.
your cards.
What do you mean?
No, count your pairs.
Count your matches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Still win anyway.
Just put your out first. Whoever has the most pairs.
I have one. I'm done.
No. I have 7. Come on, I win.
We're cheating now.
We know you lie.
Sorry.
What? How is that cheating?
I know. Being, obviously we said multiple times during this interview, broadcaster, teacher, baseball coach. What do you think is the most important skill for young athletes to develop? Besides for being yourself, obviously that's a huge one for all of us, because I do think that's number one, number two advice to give to someone. But what's another trait you would give to maybe your freshman baseball athletes that are coming into new high school, new school and everything? What's your advice to them?
I think
All right, we got McGovern coming in to lead off this inning with a .167 batting average, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, on-base percentage of .333. And what do you guys think that Conwell Egan needs to do to stay alive in this game?
Conwell Egan really needs to get the bats on fire here, as we haven't seen a hit at least.
First pitch, we got a ball low and outside.
I think Conwell needs to work the count a little bit too. They're quick to swing at pitches early in the count. Work that count, let it come in. You get 3 strikes for a reason. Swing at the one that you like the most.
Yep, just like he said, you gotta wait for your pitch and not just swing at random stuff. And that's how we stay in the game and can keep this a real game. That's a first strike of the at-bat for McGovern. We got 2 balls, 1 strike, 0 outs, and 67 pitches for the O'Hara pitcher. That's another strike. Look a little outside up here in the booth.
Yeah, if you're Conwell, you're not going to like that call because it affects your game plan. Waiting on pitches. You can't help if you're the umpire right now. You know you want to get out of here. It's cold, but you got to call the game the right way.
Yep. That's a nice, maybe even a double past the right field. He's going 3. And he's up for the triple for McGovern. That's a great hit, and that could keep hopefully that keeps the bats hot with Ortiz up next. And how do you think that guys will affect the game?
Seen a great line drive there. I think that's a great start to the inning. We have 0 outs still. Really need Ortiz to put bat to ball here, at least put something in play. Maybe advance a runner to home.
All right, now if I'm Conwell Egan, not the popular opinion, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm laying down the bunt. I'm laying down that bunt. I'm telling McGovern to go. You need to do something. By doing that, you can really affect Cardinal O'Hara if Egan is able to score in that bunt.
Yeah, but this time we definitely got to play offense since it's the bottom of the 5th inning, and it is 8-3 O'Hara. All right, we got Ortiz up right now with a .067 average, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .263. But after Ortiz, we got Brady Guzzi with a .500 batting average, 7 hits this season, 3 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .650. 71 pitches so far for the O'Hara coach. 1-1 count, 0 outs, man on third. Ortiz with the swing and the miss, 1-2, but he's got to keep his head in the game and not worry about the pitches before, and his after gets a new at-bat every at-bat. One-two count so far for Ortiz. That's low. Called ball. 2-2 count.
Really agree with Jaden said there. Ortiz really needs an at bat where he gets on base, at least put something in play. Conwell Egan needs the momentum. We haven't really had anything since the third inning where we brought in 3 runs.
Fouled off by Ortiz there. McGovern really need a run here for Conwell Egan since it's at 8-3 and down by 5. And Ortiz got to keep the bats hot. Like I said before, 2-2 count right now for Ortiz. Pitch coming in. Outside called ball. 3-2 count. No outs. Pitch. Fouled off by Ortiz there. Way to stay alive during this very key at bat. 3-2 count. Man on third. Pitch coming in. Swing and a miss by Ortiz. He just got to shake that off and come in at the next at bat with a new mindset.
All right, this is where you need the best hitter of your team to shine. Your team's down 8-3. It is an opportunity for Brady Guzzi to shine and show why he's at the top of the batting average right now and the captain of this Conwell Egan team.
Brady Guzzi up right now as a lefty. See what can happen. That's low. McGovern coming in. He's thin. That's an easy run right there for the Conwell Egan Eagles. Looking at an 8-4 game now. Seeing if we could keep the runs coming in. And since there's no one on base, looking for Brady Guzzi to be the first person on base. The pitch coming in. Strike right there. Brady Guzzi clearly not happy about that one. He's thinking that was a little high, and it did look a little high up here. Right now, it's a 1-1 count, 1 out, and 79 pitches for the O'Hara pitcher. Pitch coming in. That's low ball for Brady Guzzi. We got a right versus lefty here, and should be an advantage for Guzzi and see what he can do here at this bat.
Really good eye there by Guzzi to leave that one and sit on it. I honestly thought he was going to swing on that pitch. 2-1 count now for Guzzi.
Fouled off near the first base dugout there. Way to stay alive, though. That's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Keegan Johnson up in. He's on deck right now. And see if he can come up the bat and see if Brady Guzzi can keep them alive. But he'll be coming in since there's only 1 out. 2-2 count right now for Brady Guzzi. Good eye by Brady Guzzi right there. 3-2 count. Brady Guzzi stepping out of the box. Now he's stepping back in the box here. See if he can get something done for the Eagles here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a double right there for Guzzi at least. Great hit by Guzzi. Way to keep the bats on fire. Let's see if Johnson can keep it up. What do you guys think about that at bat?
That's why, like I said, you work the count. Work the count, find a pitch that you're like, yeah, you're at full, but that's okay. You have 1 strike left. Find a ball you like, you force them to throw you something, you're able to smack it deep in the left, and you know what? A quarter of an inch up on that bat a little bit, and it would have been a home run. He just missed that one, as that one just stayed in yard.
And we now see a pitching change for Cardinal O'Hara as they are bringing in number 20.
got a new pitcher coming in here, Thomas, right now.
Two big ones. The first one is time management. Because you're going to start practicing, you're going to have schoolwork to do, and I'll be honest, I'm not the greatest at time management. But I get it done. I'm more a procrastinator. When the deadline comes up, it's like I have to do this, so let's get it done, and that's fine. But it doesn't always work for high school kids because you guys got 9 different things going on. You want to play sports, you want to do stuff outside of school, you want to hang out with your friends, and then you kind of put academics on the back burner. So I definitely say the time management skill. And the other thing that I would say is just be humble. Don't try to shove your skills in somebody else's face. Don't try to be better than everybody else, but share. Be humble. Share what you have. Share the skills that you have with others. If you're great at bunting on the baseball field, teach the kid that's not great at bunting how to bunt. If you're great.
We got Coleman coming in, not Thomas, with a 7 ERA, and see what he can do and see if he could stop the bats from being hot for the Conwell Egan Eagles so far in this game.
And if you are Egan, you need to figure out how to get a rally going here. You got a guy with a 7 ERA, and it's not going to get much easier after this once they start bringing in their closer.
Completely agree. This is a really important at bat here for Keegan Johnson. Hopefully he can put barrel to ball and put one in play here and advance Guzzi.
First pitch of the at bat right there. We got a ball, no strikes, 1 out. And they got Kalita on deck here for the Eagles and see if he could come in and just swing the bat and keep up the comeback, hopefully. This 8-4 game right now. Johnson up the bat as a righty. Righty versus righty. Man on second, scoring position. Looks like he's coming with the lead. And we got outside pitch there. We got a 3-0 count with 1 out. Right here, I would be probably going to be a strike, but you want to look for the walk, like always. And what do you guys think Johnson should do in this situation?
I agree with what Jaden said. Really have to have a selective eye up here at the plate with a 3-0 count. And wow, that's a pitch is inside and called for a strike to give Keegan Johnson a 3-1 count with 1 out. 1 runner on base.
Here we got Johnson up right now. Pitch coming in. We got a hit. Foul.
Henry Johnson, you got to watch. He chased that one outside a little bit and now forces the count to full, and it makes his at-bat change a whole lot.
You really got to sit on pitches like that, especially in a 3-1 count. Like, you have the lead in the count. But let's see what he has to do to back that up. Pitch coming in. Pitch right to the pitcher, and he's out at first. And Guzzi gets home right there. Great base running right there.
Definitely great base running. Another ball that he chased outside ever so slightly. They weren't paying attention because he decided to come home. The umpires, though, are going to go out and discuss this one. There is a little bit of a rule that if they didn't originally start to go, that they probably shouldn't. So they're going to question now, did Guzzi intend to go when he left third, or is he going to be sent back? Well, right now we're going to leave it at 8-5 with 2 runs here, so we'll see what happens.
Umpire's still talking this over. See what the call should be here. Kalita waiting for the at-bat right here. They're discussing if Brady Guzzi should go back to third or that run should count for the Conwell Egan Eagles.
While they're making that decision, this is the perfect time for that leader in the dugout to talk to their teammates and tell them that they need to relax. You're still chasing pitches. You continue to chase all of those pitches, and you're going to continue to find yourself in a deficit right now. It is time to come together, time to talk it out, and time to find what works. Sit back on it. However you decide to sit back on it, that's what you need to do, and you need to do so as a team. Because without a team effort, you're going to wind up losing this one, losing your undefeated status in the conference, and put yourself back to 500. And at just 6 games in the season, potentially cost yourself a playoff spot after you went to the state quarterfinals last year.
The umpire made the call. He's safe at home for Brady Guzzi. So now we got a 8-5 game. O'Hara still with the lead. Coleman was getting in some warm-up pitches while the umpires were talking about that scenario. I know Guzzi now going in back at third. So it is actually only an 8-4 lead for O'Hara. What do you guys think about that call that just happened?
Well, if you're a fan, you're confused because the home plate umpire pointed at home plate, called safe, and now you're sending them back to third. We see this happen often in baseball. I don't agree with it. Pay attention. If you're playing in the major league, you're safe at home. If you're high school baseball, it should be the same thing. Pay attention, and the play shouldn't have been over. It should be 8-5 right now.
Popped up right center. Caught. And that's the end of the inning for the Conwell Egan Eagles. It is 8-4 O'Hara with the lead.
Goalkeeping out on the soccer field. How does the next kid come in to be a great goalkeeper? Don't think that, hey, I'm better than this kid, and I'm going to treat him differently. You want to be humble. You want to be that player that everybody is going to look up to. I'll tell you right now, I was not that player. Okay, I was that player who, not necessarily that I did things for myself, but that kind of looked at it differently, where I kept to myself. I had skills that I could use. I had skills that I could teach, but I didn't do that. And it wasn't until I became a coach that I think if you realize that young, that your career at the high school, at the college level, whatever it's going to be, is going to make things a lot more easier for you. So I definitely think being humble and great time management skills is definitely something that you're going to need.
I agree completely. Especially with time management. And I'm always busy. Always got something going on. So I think time management would be great for me to get a hold of.
You gave me your schedule the other day. I think you're pretty much just sleep at home about it.
Alright, since I won the last game fair and square.
I won, but then the other count matches. We'll look up the rules later and put in the comments and actually win good fish.
You got any eights?
No eights, go fish. Alright, you got any tens? I need.
Can you give me a sevens? Here we go again, right?
Yep.
Eli, any threes?
Go for fish. Now, Doc.
Oh, wait, sorry, there we go.
Doc, what impact do you think being involved, in like multiple roles has an effect on your as a teacher and also as a coach?
I get to see a different side of this. I get to see a side of me that's different in the classroom than it is out on the broadcast.
Back here, it is the top of the sixth inning, 8-4 right now as Brady Guzzi was sent back to third on that last play. The rule in high school baseball is once you stop the momentum of the play, you can't go anymore. And the umpire is saying that they stopped that momentum there. So here's the first pitch. It's high. It's 1-0. Jake Stout still on the mound here for Conwell Egan. And it is Quinn at the plate. Quinn coming into this afternoon with a 3.57 average. The 1-0 pitch to him is fouled down the first base side and out of play. Count moves to 1-1 strike. And we saw quite a few mistakes. We're up to 6 errors now for Conwell Egan in this ball game. Just 2 for Cardinal O'Hara. And if you're a team with more errors, you're probably going to lose that game. And a lot of times it's going to affect you later because you left those runners on base early on, and we did see that here today for Conwell Egan. A few pass balls, a few mishaps out in the field, forces them to be down here as this pitch is upstairs. That'll move the count now to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Your field is in normal playing depth. Brady Guzzi in pretty much straightaway center, which is a little different for him as he's usually more shaded to the left, and will lead off this inning with a walk. So it is the top of the 6th, a runner on base, and if you're Conwell Egan, you see Jake Stout now for the first time this year struggling. What do you think's going through his head?
I think it's like a little nerve-wracking, but I mean, he's been practicing for this for like probably his whole life. He's probably been playing baseball his whole life. He's been pitching probably a pretty long time. And right now they got the catchers talking to him, making sure he keeps his head in the game and just stays hot and maybe stops the run from happening.
I was spending a lot of time with Jake Stout last year as the assistant JV coach. He's quick to get in his own head. He gets frustrated when he inherits a deficit, and he really tries to figure out any way possible to limit the amount of damage that was already done. But Stout, the damage was already done, and he really just has to go out there and pitch like he normally would. The 1-0 finds the strike zone, so it's a 1-1 count now. Throw over to first. The runner is back standing. Here's the windup in a 1-1 home. It's inside throw behind the runner, but he's back standing as well. So it is a 2 balls and a strike now. I'm going to fire a 2-1 home. There goes the runner. That ball's high to throw down the second. Sails look like it sailed into center field, but a nice fake there. Keegan Johnson, though, late to get over to the bag. As we see 2 balls, 2 strikes now. And if Johnson got over there a little bit earlier, there would have been a possibility to make that one a little bit closer. Here's the cranks and fires at 2-2. And that's downstairs, so it's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody gone. Runner in scoring position here for Cardinal O'Hara. They already lead this ball game right now 8-4. Glance at second. Stout fires a 3-2 home. Outside ball 4. So runners at first and second now with nobody gone here. And O'Hara's hit for the first. Garofalo warming up in a bullpen for Conwell Egan as the first pitch there is high and inside. It's 1-0. Corey, the batter, came in today for 17 average. He has himself 5 hits and an RBI. He's looking to drive that runner in from second with the third baseman in on the infield grass. Here's the windup in 1-0 home. It's a high fly ball to the left side. The shortstop is under it, makes the grab for the first out of the inning. So how important is that first out here for Egan, even with runners still on base?
I think that was really important because now it stops them from like having momentum at least a little bit, even though they're still up in the game. But now they got Garofalo coming in, it looks like, and maybe he could stop it from happening and really slow down the momentum and get the bats back out where they're hot.
All right, now with that, we'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network.
A lot of fun. Do I get frustrated at times when you're messing around 5 minutes before a broadcast because you need to get on there? Yes. But I get to see that different side of me. And being able to do that, you get to see a different side of me. Right? You get to see that more relaxed, less, strict side that I have to be in the classroom. So I think definitely, being able to see you guys in different ways is definitely effective for me because not only do I see you a little bit different, but when we get back into the classroom, I can take your interest and tie it into the classroom. And it makes it a little bit more relatable for you guys. And it shows you guys a little bit whether or not everybody agrees with this or not, because not everybody will. But it shows you that a teacher or a coach that takes an interest in your talents, that takes an interest in the things that you like, and talking to you about that, it shows that we care. So being able to understand where you got. I think that has made me both effective, both in the classroom and out of the classroom, and being able to kind of build that relationship with all my students that I've ever had.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. It's great to hear. You guys do?
Sure. Doc, you got any kings?
I do not.
I know Doc got a jack.
There you go.
Come on, cheater.
I wasn't cheating. I was lucky guess.
Yeah, he was cheating while I was answering the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Eli, any sixes?
You're killing me.
Oh yeah. Any tens?
No tens.
Hi, we're back here. It is Jose Ortiz that's going to come out. Garofalo warming up in the bullpen to play left field, not to come on the mound. So lefty against lefty combination with Ortiz stepping in. Here's the wind up and a first pitch from him. It's outside. Ortiz comes into today again with a 0 earned run average. He's pitched in 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, and has not allowed any hits thus far. Wide up and the pitch. There's a ball, so it's 2-0. Runners at first and second here with 1 gone. Cranks and fires does Ortiz. That one has him back out of the way. 3 balls and no strikes. And if you're that batter and you're really trying to put some pressure on, you need to sell it a little bit more. Could have clipped the jersey. Could have maybe got a call by the umpire. And you find yourself with bases loaded. But the 3-0 pitch is on the outside corner knee high. It's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to count here. 1 gone, and the pitch. It's a hopper down the first base side and foul, so that moves it 3-2. Full count, 1 out. Another lefty against lefty. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 4. So bases loaded now. And that will bring along number 27. Just a second here. Number 7, McGallery.
Really important for Jose here to hopefully try and clear up this inning without letting any runs win. I think I just jinxed us live in action as we let a ball roll all the way to basically the right field fence, and we're going to let up 3 runs. And a throw to third. Leaves 27 in a pickle between second and third, and he is tagged out on the base path to end the inning.
All right, 3 runs come home here. There's 2 outs in the inning now, and we got to teach you something about this idea of a broadcaster's jinx.
Yeah, well, clearly I didn't even know how many outs there were, so clearly my head's not in the game too much. But number 2 up to bat here.
It's Flynn against Ortiz. The first pitch low and inside. It's 1-0. So, guys, we see 2 pitchers now coming for Conwell Egan who did not have earned run average. They inherited runners, allowed those runs to score. The first runners that they allowed to come home so far this season. Why do you think it was different for them today versus all the other days that they pitched?
I think it was different today because they came in and very late after Forrester, and then it was Stout, and then it was Ortiz. But after coming in after such a lead, like I'm pretty sure Stout came in and it was 8-3. I mean, that was already a hard lead for O'Hara, and I feel like that would just be a hard lead to come back for as a pitcher since they had the momentum, they have the intensity, since they have the leading score right now. So that's why I think it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to come in and inherit runs, especially when you're a reliever, because you have a minimum amount of time to find your groove. You have to find that groove. You have to make sure that you jump into it quickly and put the damage to a minimum. As that pitch is high and outside, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's the top of the 6th inning with Cardinal O'Hara up right now, 11-4. 22 home, swing and a miss, struck him out. So we end another long inning here. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th, and right now, Egan needs to find a way to get themselves back into this one.
I'll bet it'll knock everyone out. Yeah. So me and Eli, we do soccer, we do spirit night, we do broadcasting. What advice would you give kids who are pursuing multiple passions?
Find what you enjoy the most. Figure out what you enjoy the most and make that your number one priority. Okay, because that's eventually what you're going to go into life doing. Might not be feet first and might not be the thing that you're going to do full time, but it's going to be something that you at least enjoy. Right, so you got to find what you're most passionate about and stick with that, and then kind of put it in order. But I think I told you guys today, or it was yesterday, one of the days, that find time to be a kid. Right, these 4 years are going to go by fast, and people look at you sometimes and go, "Oh, they're high school kids; they need to grow up a little bit." Yeah, but find time to be a kid. Don't wrap yourself up with so many things that you forget who you are. And I think a lot of kids do that sometimes. They wrap themselves up in so many different activities. They stop, being who they are. They stop demonstrating that great personality that they have. So, if I'm, a kid now in high school who's involved in so many different things, because that's not how it was when I was growing up. When we went to high school, your sports season was your sports season. You didn't play in the off season. Your club was your club. You did it that day a week, and it didn't intertwine with anything else. So we had that more free time. But with you guys, it's like everything that's in one. So you really got to find, what you're passionate about, stick with it, become good at it, right? Don't just be find what I'm passionate about. Go, okay, I found what I'm passionate about. I'm not going to be good at it. No, be good at it. And definitely just find time to be a kid. Hang out with your friends. I tell you every Friday. Don't do anything stupid. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you on Monday. But you know what? In some reality, you want to get into a little bit of trouble. Nothing that's going to get you arrested or anything. I'm not saying that.
Back here, bottom of the 6th inning, Connor Landell is going to lead it off. Landell hoping to get something started for his team. New pitcher on the mound for Cardinal O'Hara is number 7. The first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. It is Coleman there. So not a new pitcher for me since I took over. So it is 0-1. 1 fouled off behind home plate and out of the play. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, and no outs here. 12 hits for O'Hara, 7 for Conwell Egan, 6 errors for Conwell Egan, 3 for O'Hara as we see Landell get hit there. So we'll have a runner on first here to begin the bottom of the 6th. And guys, if you're Conwell Egan, we're in the 6th inning, you trail by a lot. What are some things that you can learn from this game to change it for the next one?
Definitely, I feel like next practice, Jeff Manto is going to be heavy on the defense and getting the ball in because as we've seen today, we struggled heavily getting the ball in from center field, from left field, even spiking 3-4 pitches behind home plate, letting runners up. Easy runs that we didn't really have to let up if we were on our game on defense there.
I mean, really what he said, we just need to make sure the catcher is blocking all the balls that come by and just the wild pitches, we got to be on that and stop making stupid throws like we did before. Like if the pitchers or if the runner is already basically already there, either don't throw it or make sure it's a good throw and make sure no overthrows. We just gotta dim it down on the errors because we got 6 right now. And we're not doing too bad on the hits. We got 7 hits so far this game. And really I just think we gotta work on the defense in the field and we should be good for the rest of the season.
All right, and while you don't ever really want to kill any player's confidence with a 3-1 count here now, you especially don't want to kill a high school player's confidence. So if you're Coach Manto, and you're thinking about making changes right now, okay, what changes do you make? And how do you ensure that you don't kill that kid's confidence going forward?
I think he shouldn't really just pick out certain people. I think people should just work out on certain things. Like everybody could have did something better, and that wouldn't really kill a certain person's confidence. But I think everybody could have did something better. And what do you think?
They all could have did something better. I mean, for me right now, I may make a change behind the plate. Okay? Not because I think Khalid is a bad player, and I'm not saying that. So whoever's watching, don't send me a bunch of emails saying that I think he's a bad player. But what I think right now, I think if you're Egan, you need to find something that's going to shake the team up a little bit. You have a catcher that's a strong leader behind the plate. Yeah, he made a few mistakes today, but so did everybody else. By getting that strong player out of the lineup, you're really showing your team that things need to improve. And this is where I'm going to start. And if you don't want to be the next one that's going to follow, then you really need to get yourself together. So I'm making a change behind home plate. Again, probably not the popular opinion, but it's definitely something that I'm going to look to. A pass ball here is going to allow the runners there to move up to second and third. It is McLean on the right hand side of the batter's box. So if he heard me, maybe he drives these 2 runs in, and then you make the coach's decision that much harder. 1-0 outside. Corner, apparently a late call there by the umpire, but it finds the corner. It's 1-1, and again, this umpire back to this crazy strike zone and not really consistent over the past few innings. 1-1. High fly ball, left field side. Third base is going to come in and foul territory. The wind's pushing it back into fair territory where he makes the grab for the second out here. 1 out, sorry. Righty against righty combination here. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's on the inside corner for a called strike 0-1. This is one of those games where I'm happy I'm not standing down there as a coach. Garofalo to the plate. He fouls this one down the third base line. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, or runners at second and third. 11-4 is our score. Bowman looking for signs. He comes set. He cranks the 2-2 home. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So the second out here for Conwell Egan. Guys, what do you do to get those runners home? You can't leave them stranded. You leave them stranded, you're definitely out of this game.
I don't know. I feel like we really just got to make contact with the ball here and stay locked in for what is coming up for us. And what do you got to say about that?
I really think that the pitch outside, I think that we need to keep a good eye on the ball and a good selection at pitches to swing at here with 2 outs, and really not much time to try to claw at a comeback here for Conwell Egan.
Yeah, definitely not only 7 innings in high school baseball is not really going to allow you to crawl back into this one. That pitch is outside and low. So the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. 24 pitches for Coleman, his 25th. A breaking ball that looked like it caught the zone, but it's ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to count. 2 gone here. The 21 kick. High fly ball to the right side. It's in foul territory and playable and caught for out number 3. So we are headed to the top of the 7th inning. Conwell Egan right now trailing 11-4.
But you have to find time to like be that kid, get in a little bit of trouble, and just be you. And that's probably the best advice that I could give any kind of like teenager or any preteen that's asking that question.
Mm-hmm. Any Eats?
No, go fish. Come on, bro. Look at the
Yeah,
cards.
the ace.
Wow.
Game like that. Wow.
No, I got one more. Relax.
Oh wow. I didn't
yeah,
even see
I
the
should
score
have
there.
put it under my. Should have put it under
Yeah,
my
the
leg.
leg.
Ian, you got
No.
Whoa, whoa,
I just got
whoa.
aces. Got any sixes?
Go fish.
Failed anyway.
Got any threes?
Go Fish.
All right.
Any nines?
Him?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any.
Who's up? Whoa.
Oh, Wait, does that mean? Oh, he still has one more.
This is a 6, right?
I don't know. I
Six.
didn't see
You
it.
saw it. Come on.
I swear I didn't see it.
That's
Put on every.
I need that to look.
You like?
That's a 6.
All right. You got any tens?
Go fish.
Well,
King, any sixes?
nope. Go Fish.
Keen, any kings?
Go Fish. Any threes?
Is that not what I just asked you?
No.
No.
You guys go for a king.
Back here is the top of the 7th inning. Conwell Egan right now trailing 11-4. Jose Ortiz back on the mound, 13 pitches. And here's his 14th of the day. That one's high. And outside, it's 1-0. Anthony Womack calling me to mention that injuries have really plagued this team, and that's the reason why for their struggles today is this one's down the heart of the plate for a called strike. It's 1-1. But if you think about it, this team lost a lot of players last year. 3 pitchers, a catcher, their corner infielders, and an outfielder, which really forced them to go back to the drawing board to recruit from outside of the school and within the school as well. We see a couple kids come over from Father Judge and get used to a whole new playbook. So, if you guys had to pick right now, what's hurting this team more this season as they potentially looking to go 500? The injuries or losing the amount of players that you lost last year after making the state quarterfinals?
I mean, losing that many seniors and players in general is obviously detrimental to a team with good chemistry. But losing players due to them graduating is obviously inevitable. So I really think that injuries plays a bigger part in it. You know, Egan missing a key closer, Ian Shawcross, who could be on the bump right now, with probably a way lower score on the scoreboard. But Egan just has to find a way to continue the season working through the injuries and hoping Shawcross and Anthony Womack come back in soon to hopefully bring a little spark back to this Egan team later in the season.
I also think it could be sort of both because they lost a lot of pitchers last season, which is definitely like their main problem since they're letting up so many runs. And obviously, like Tucker said, there's 2 hurt right now, and we're just getting a lot of loose balls, getting past the catcher, and that's allowing the runners to advance and score off the loose balls and other things like that.
Runner over to third now, and Anthony Womack and the rest of the injured players are not sitting next to us here in the broadcast booth, kind of directing everything, what to be said. But look, yes, injuries are going to hurt you, okay? But what hurts you more is trying to rebuild a program when you already had something that you liked. So losing those players, and you look at that in really any sport, as we see runners at the corners now with that walk. The Flyers, if you're looking at hockey, just fired their coach, right? You look at the Phillies that were in there trying that rebuilding process from like 2016 to 2020. It's going to hurt you as you lose these core players. You got to rebuild the program again. So yeah, injured players definitely a big thing, but that rebuilding of a program is going to hurt you as well. Runners at the corners, no outs, and here's a line drive ball over Keegan Johnson's head in the left field. So another run will score here. It'll be 12-4 in the top of the seventh. A courtesy runner here for our pitcher as Quinn steps into the batting box. A lot of exciting things going on for Conwell Egan over the next couple weeks. Spirit Night next week. 50-50 raffle, as you see advertised at the bottom of your screen. That's going to help our students here. And a bunch of various things going on. Conwell Egan once again winning the best private school in Bucks County. So that's a huge congratulations to them as they continue to grow and to incorporate new things over the past few years. 2 balls, no strikes to count. 12-4 is our score. Here's a 2-0. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Ortiz comes set. Wind picking up out there now, blowing the dirt around the 30. Home finds the outside corner. It's 3-1. 3-1 pitch is hit over to third base. It's head into left field. The gets past on, 1 run will score, so it will be a hit and an error as that allows the runners to advance here. Have another meeting out of the mound here by Coach Manto. If you're Conwell Egan now, you have some of these players that have yet to see the field yet. You're going to get them in that bet at the bottom of the seventh. You're going to try something different down to 13-4 now. You're just going to leave it the way it is.
Me personally, I think I would really try to change things up, give people a chance at the time, because right now this game is pretty much over. Like he said, 13-4. I mean, that's a crazy difference and it's a crazy lead. So right now we got a new pitcher coming in when we're up on the mound, Jake McLean, and he was a transfer this year, and see what we can do on the plate at this 13-4 lead, and see how I can do in certain circumstances. And the coaches can read off of this on see how he can do in a real game, and see if he can get more people in different places in the field. As he was a first baseman, so then there's going to be a different person at first base.
McLean coming in here with a 10.50 earned run average, 2 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and a point two, 2/3 of inning pitch, excuse me, with a strikeout, a walk, and a hit. So McLean's that ERA is kind of deceiving right there at 10.50 with just 2/3 of innings pitched, as he really wasn't able to do anything. So he's looking to get something going here. And as he takes his final warm-up tosses, we'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. Ready to go here, McLean on the mound. You know how it's runners at second and third. 13-4, no outs. Here's the pitch. It's outside. It's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. McLean cranks and fires the 1-0 home. That's outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes. Game now approaching 2.5 hours as this one's bounced to the third baseman. He has it. A run will score as they go to first. And we get the out there. It's a little awkward, but they're able to get an out. 14-4 now. You're up by 10. Line up the pitch. High and out. It's 1-0. One ball, no strikes. One gone here. Runner just 90 feet away from home plate. 1-0 delivery. On the outside corner, it's 1-1. 1-1 kick. Line to the second baseman. It's caught the second out there. That'll keep the runner over at third. Here's the wind of the pitch. It's line drive ball back up towards right center field, but they're able to move over and get the out. Well, Egan needs 10 as we head to the bottom of the 7th here at Conwell, Egan High School.
Doc, during your whole career, we know it's been a really long one.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Who do you think has had the biggest influence on your career, and why? Good question.
If I'm thinking my teaching career, so let's start there. Teaching career would say definitely begun when I was in high school. We, went to school when the diocese was closing all the schools, so we were shuffled around a little bit. But the teachers at North Catholic, picture having 8 of me all day long. Okay, that's how it was. Every single teacher was like me, a little sarcastic with you, have fun, but in their own way. And they demonstrated to me like learning can be fun. I think up until that point, I went to school. School was okay. I liked it a little bit, but I also hated it. Testing all the time, not really doing fun things, and being able to go in and actually being able to sit down and learn, but have a lot of fun. So definitely teachers in North Catholic.
Oh, back here is the bottom of the 7th inning. Egan down right now 14-4. Jose Ortiz will lead it off. Here's a wind-up and first pitch to the left-hander. Swung on a miss. There it is. 0-1. So, guys, only 7 innings in high school baseball. I'm already over the 2.5 hour mark. So we see all the changes that have been made at the major league level. Is there changes that you guys think that should be made here that speed up a high school baseball game?
Yeah, the pitch clock definitely should be implemented into high school baseball. We see games taking over 2 hours, and I just think the pitch clock might be a good implementation. As there's a pitch, ball down, And a few of the other rule changes, like the extra innings runner rule, I think that would be a good thing for high school baseball, as well as the bigger bases to promote stealing. And that is a hit by pitch from the pitcher. Joey Ortiz makes his way to first.
Yeah, what to carry on what he said, I really agree with that. Since these games are taking so long, even though it is a high-scoring game, 14-4, it would still be like imagine if it was even a longer game than 7 innings, and it would even take maybe even 3 hours.
Hey, push that 3 hour mark over that 3 hour mark, and I'm not a huge fan of the pitch clock. I see what it has done in Major League Baseball, and fine if that's what you want. But if you're Major League Baseball and trying to bring in a young fan base, a faster game is not really going to help that all that much. Here's Brady Guzzi now. Here's the windup and the pitch to Guzzi. It's high and outside. Jose Ortiz with some speed over there at first base. One ball, no strikes here. Here's the windup and a 1-0 home. It's on the outside corner, says the home plate umpire. It's 1-1. Hi, guys. The first broadcast for the two of you today. What you think, and what are you looking forward to as the spring season continues forward?
I felt great. Had a great time. Getting comfortable behind the headset back here in the broadcasting box, and looking forward to broadcasting more games, different sports, just opening up my horizon to what I want to broadcast.
Definitely when he said, you'll see us get to know our names because, we the duo.
There goes the runner down to second, or Tees will steal. The ball goes in the right center field. He's going to go from second to third. So he's stolen base and an error there, and we have a 3-1 count here. Yeah, it'll definitely get to know your face. They'll get to know your name. Not if most people don't know that anyways. You guys walk around the school building every day. All right. Well, no. And I think for you guys, it would definitely be good to get that experience at different sports. That one swung on the miss. It's a full count now. My favorite sport to watch is baseball, but probably the sport that I'd like to broadcast the least because of the amount of downtime and how slow it is. The full count pitch is cranked and fired home, and it's fouled down the first base side and out of play. Here's the windup, the pitch home, swung on and missed, and we see the first out here. So one out, and here's Keegan Johnson now. Johnson potentially could drive that run home from third. Here's a wide up in the pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Their ball's 1 strike, 1 out. 39 pitches, and the 40th is low, says the home plate umpire. It's 1-1. It didn't even look like he came set there as he fired that one home relatively quick. Here's the 11. There's a chopper down the third base side and foul. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1-2 home. Swing and a miss. He dropped the ball. Throw down to first. He's out. Ortiz taking a little bit of a lead off the bag, but Hull go back. So 2 gone. And Conwell Egan is down to their final out here. Egan's next game will be Saturday morning. Wind up the pitch is on the outside corner. Look low, but it's still a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes. That one swung on a miss. You get down to their final strike, a final out here. And 0-2. Poked a foul down the first base side. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ortiz 90 feet away. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. It's 1-2. Cranks and fires 1-2. High fly ball back behind the plate. Now the play. County manager ball on 2 strikes. 1-2 kick. Just inside. It's 2-2. 2-2 delivery. That hits him so. The runners at the corners, and Egan will get another batter here. I'll bring along now Connor Landau. Landau ready against ready to wind up the pitch. Check, swing, foul ball. 0-1. Field 1 delivery is a high fly ball to left field. It's fairly deep. He's moving back. He's under and makes the grab out. Number 3. So we see Conwell Egan fall in this game right now with a final score of 11-4. And guys, with Conwell Egan losing here this afternoon, how do you think that's really going to affect their playoff chances?
This does affect our playoff chances because every division game counts. When we verse Wood, when we verse O'Hara. Honestly, I don't know who else is in the division, but these division games are very important for us because this is how you go to states and regionals.
Yeah, to carry off what he said, it's all true. Like, this is a divisional game. There's not as many teams. This year really carry on from the next games and stuff like that. And since it's a big loss because of the score, we were down by so many, so that could really change on how we play in the next game and the mindset for the next games on Saturday.
Like Conwell Egan falls today, a final score of 14-4. They lose their undefeated record in the conference, and they fall to 3-3 on the season. Join us live on the Eagle Eye Network tomorrow as Steven Slifkin and Dante Nemes have flag football. But for tonight, I'm Dan Connor, joined by Jada Myers and Tucker Cook.